Shah Abdul Latif question and answers. Q.1 Who was Shah Abdul Latif? Where and when was he born? Ans. Shah Abdul Latif was a great saint who is lovingly called Lal Latif by his devotees. He was born in a small village called Hala Haveli in the year 1689. Q.2 What do you know about the ancestors of Shah Abdul Latif? Ans. Shah Abdul Latif's ancestors had migrated to Sindh during the days of Tamerlane. They had come from Herat, a town in West Afghanistan. They liked Sindh so much so that they decided to make it their permanent home. Many centuries later, one of their descendants, Syed Habib Shah, was blessed with a son who grew up to be Saint Lal Latif. Q.3 Why is Shah Latif known as Saint of Bit? Ans. When Shah Latif's father died, he left his home and went to live on a mound at some distance from his village. A mound of sand is called Bit in Sindhi. Due to the fact that he lived on this mound for the rest of his life, Shah Latif came to be known as the Saint of Bit. Q.4 Name the shrines of saints found in Pakistan. Ans. In every part of our country, there are shrines of such saints. In Lahore, the shrines of Data Ganj Bash and Mian Mir Sahib. In Pak Patan, lived and died Baba Farid. In Multan, the shrine of Guais Bahal Haq. In Sindh, the shrines of Shah Abdul Latif and Qalandar Lal Shahbaz. In Peshawar, in Quetta, and in countless other towns and cities there are the tombs of these men of God. Q.5 What are the important features of Shah Latif poetry? Ans. The important features of Shah Latif's poetry is that it is written in the language of the common people, and other great quality of his poetry beside its simplicity is its moving music. Q.6 What is the message of Shah Latif's poetry? Or what according Shah Latif is the goal of life? Ans. The message of Shah Latif is the message of love. He believed in the brotherhood and equality of men and in pleasing God by good deeds. This according to Shah Latif is the goal of life. Q.7 When is the Urs of Shah Abdul Latif's held? Ans. Shah Abdul Latif Urs is held at his shrine every year on 14th Safar, the second month of the Muslim calendar. Q.8 How do Shah Latif's devotees celebrate his Urs? Ans. Shah Latif's Urs is held at his shrine every year in 14th Safar, the second month of the Muslim calendar. Thousands of people gather to listen to the saint's song sung to the tamburo and after their prayers. Many learned men read papers that tell about Latif's life and poetry. Q.9 What do you know about Shah Latif's music? Ans. Shah Latif was not only a saint and a poet but also a great musician. He found great comfort in music. His skill in this art enabled him to make many improvements and changes in the difficult music of his time. He loved simplicity in music and musical instruments. He did not agree with the idea that music should be difficult. So he made it simple and also vented on instrument called tamburo. Q.10 What do you know about tambura? Ans. The tamburo is a simple musical instrument invented by the Sufi philosopher Shah Abdul Latif. Q.11 Write a short note on the poetry of Shah Abdul Latif. Ans. Shah Abdul Latif started composing poetry while he was only a boy. Shah Abdul Latif was a mystic poet. He was a versatile genius and had attempted all aspects of poetry. Shah Abdul Latif was a poet of the people and was successful in awakening them to the discovery of the truth of spiritual life. He had very deep sympathy for the poor and had expressed in his sentiments about them with great pathos and fubbings. His collection of poems was so valued that it was translated into many languages and is called Risalo of Shah Latif.